You're not the person I'm talking to. But see how easy it is just to think. I summed that up in just a very short sentence of how your money should go. You should have money left over. That money that's left over should be invested. Why do you have money left over? Because you're on a permanent money diet. You can increase your income. That's one of the little more difficult things to do, but it's out there. You can do it. When you say increase your income, well, look around you. I mean, do you want to do something extra? As they call it, the side hustle. Maybe do some kind of internet stuff. Dog walk, cut yards, be a mystery shopper, clean house, do any kind of little side business you can do, sell things on eBay, sell things on Amazon. Right now there's a huge market. A lot of people are taking advantage of the Amazon marketplace, and there's been people that actually will quit their job and do that full time because it pays more handsomely than their regular job did. How do you really change the culture of what you've devised in your mind as far as your spending habits, your money habits? How do you really change that culture? Well, one of the things you should do is be around people that have that mindset. The mindset that I invest my money, I don't blow it. That's the easiest way to support your cause, is to have other people that already have the same mindset. The problem is most people dream about being rich. They don't do a damn thing about it. Most people dream of having money, driving the nice car, living in a nice house. They dream about that stuff, but then they do stupid things that sabotage those goals and those dreams. Blowing money, going through money. Okay, there's a few people out there that says, hey, look, Derek, I get it, but I'm struggling just to make my bills right now, All right, I'm going to tell you this. If you're in a situation where you're not doing all those extra things, going out to eat and going to the movies and buying, impractical items, and you're struggling, you need to have a serious sit down and think about ways to increase your income. There's no reason in the United States of America that you cannot increase your income. The resources are out there. I'm not saying it's easy. I've said before, if somebody tells you it's easy, they're misleading you in a criminal fashion. It's hard. That's why they call it hard work. That's why they call it labor. But you notice that people that have money, and they have a good relationship, family, they're happy. That's what you want to be, because they've realized what it takes. Hard work, but it pays off. They enjoy the fruits of their labor. Hard work. Okay? If you're looking for a government handout, you want a free phone, the government needs to do something, sorry folks. Let me just tell you one thing right now. The government is nothing but poverty pimps. Okay? They'll give you enough to keep you in poverty. Yeah, that you thought that they were doing you a favor. The government is poverty pimps. Okay? That's all they're doing for you. In regards to the money diet, it is like goal setting. You've got a strategy. You should have it written down. You should have it written down and track your expenses. If if you know what your housing cost is, you know basically what your grocery bill is, how much you spend in fuel, to and fro work. You know how much your electric bill is, and all of that. So you know what it is. Write it all down, and you should know exactly what your income is. Okay, so it's not hard to do a little bit of addition and some math to figure out, what have I got left over? Okay. Now the problem most people have is they're not realistic. Be realistic. List everything. That's why I say, before you go on this money diet, why don't you take a week, maybe 2, and just have a little pocket, memo pad or what have you, and every time you spend any money, jot it down. Anytime you spend a quarter, jot it down. Is there a vending machine in your office? And you're just going to, it's just 55 cents for a candy bar. Jot it down. Make sure you have a note of every single penny you spend. When you have the mindset of saving money, of keeping it, keeping every dime you can be a money miser. I mean, I don't care what people call me, frugal, stingy, tightwad. I don't care. It's my money. It's my money. I earned it. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to give it away just because somebody's going to try to make me feel guilty. Make somebody else feel guilty. I don't care. I can't save the world. All I can do is, as an author, a speaker, podcaster, I can give advice. I know I'm not going to reach everyone, but if I reach enough people to where it makes a difference, that's what I'm concerned about. So write down everything, every dime that you spend on this money diet. It will be well worth it. You will be blessed. You'll see things start to happen. And there's a philosophy, and I think I may have stated it in one of my other podcasts, where the philosophy is, the trick to having money is to have money. Yeah, that sounds a little screwed up, right? But it really is true. When you have money is easier to come by. Here's something else for you to think about. It costs a hell of a lot to be poor. It's more expensive to be poor than it is to be rich or affluent. Think about it. Certain things aren't as big. When someone has money, they've got a lot of money, there's certain things that just doesn't matter. But when you don't have money, it matters a hell of a lot. Stressful. And it seems bigger. In other words, you make $30,000 a year. $100 is a big deal to you. You make $250,000 a year. $100 is not a big deal. You'll leave that as a tip for the waiter at a fancy steakhouse. So just understand that money matters. Money matters. I'm sorry, folks, if you want to live in a fairy tale world, where I don't care about money and okay, fine, if that's the way you want to live. But you're going to continue to struggle. If you've been struggling, and why I'm on this point, if you've been struggling in your life, and you spent the past 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is, you just can't seem to get over that hump. You just can't seem to figure out, wow, what's going wrong? Okay, it's time to take a mental checkup. It's time to evaluate how your brain processes, your thoughts around money, your thoughts around a career, your thoughts around a job, your savings plan. It's time to stand up and say, I'm going to make a change. And it has to be a real change, so you don't struggle anymore. You don't have to struggle. You weren't put on this earth to struggle. You weren't. Whatever deep-seated psychoses you have, it's time to get rid of them. It's time to get rid of them. Money makes the world go round. I'm sorry, it may not sound sexy, but it is. That's what happens. That's why money's a big deal. That's why people, they kill for money. That's why, governments and countries, it's who's got the most resources. It could be a different game. Who's got the most resources? Gross domestic products and import export. It's who's got the most. That's who's winning. So be a winner. Be a winner, and it all starts with your mindset. What are you going to do? Don't let it overwhelm you. There's no sense in that. Hell, if you're struggling right now, you're overwhelmed anyway. Start with small, simple, basic ideas. Number one, quit blowing your money on crap. Okay, just like in a diet. You don't need that donut in the morning. Okay? Do something different. Do something different. You don't need the garbage meal. Okay, it sounds like I'm lecturing. I probably am. And listen, 26 minutes and some into this, and I appreciate my listenership. And Derek Lane for FastlanePodcast.com. The website is FastlanePodcast.com. You can find me on iTunes, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. Did I say Stitcher? Spreaker, okay, among many others. There's a lot of outlets out there, but I do encourage you, if you go to iTunes, please leave me some reviews, hopefully positive ones. If you have some critiques, certainly feedback is accepted and welcome, because I want to make this experience a fine experience for my listeners, as for myself. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy the thought that somebody somewhere, maybe 100 people is going to listen to this, and 99 of them think, whatever, I don't, the guys, whatever. But one person says, I get it, I like it. Okay? If I reach one person, I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, and I'm going to sign out for the Fast Lane. Thank you very much. Have a good night.